Rosa, make up an intro later. This is the intro for the taco block. Thunder Rosa eating tacos.
All right, I think we are here. So I've been here since I can't drink. Let's start from the beginning. You like Mexican food?
I love it. I do.
What is your first memory of you? Because are you from Pittsburgh?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Born and raised?
Yes. I only lived 2 other places for 6 months each, approximately. One was for the Ring of Honor dojo. We sold our house to move there.
Where was this at?
Baltimore.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were over there.
Huh? Spent a lot of money. Did not get hired. Did a lot of ring crew.
How about that? It has happened to me too.
And then we took a different opportunity in Philadelphia. Jakara was like under a handshake deal with WWE. And we changed our characters.
That's the character that you have now?
No, we were the Red Queen and the One-Eyed Jack.
Okay.
And then the world shut down, and the deal was off the table, and we had to move back home.
So that's the story of where she's lived. But I'm just really curious to let's talk about you as a person. Like, where is this before Lady Frost existed? Who was this person?
So, me as not Lady Frost, you mean?
Yeah, you as not Lady Frost. Because I have some questions about, especially with the gymnastics. Gymnastics was a big thing when you were growing up, right?
Yes. I was a competitive gymnast, and I was pretty good.
I mean, you still are.
Yeah, I'm surprised I can still do it. At a high level. Come at me, 18-year-olds. Anyway, I did some diving. I did
diving. Is that the reason why you do that corkscrew thing from so perfectly, or that's just more gymnastics?
Yeah, wow. I dove for a little while, and then I went into teaching dance because I did that in high school, and then taught fitness.
Is that the one? That's the reason why you do this a lot.
Meanwhile, so fun fact, I didn't even know I did it until you made fun of me and did the shimmy, and then I watched one of my matches. I was like, oh my god, I definitely do that. Like, when I didn't even know that was a thing.
You always do that. You like stand up and she does the shimmy.
It's to get the cloak like off of my shoulders, I think.
All right. Tacos.
Thank you so much.
¿Es de ellos? ¿Es mío? No, esto es tuyo. Es birria. Ay, Dios mío.
That's up.
So these are the nachos that she ordered. I'm not going to eat this because I will probably poop.
I'll eat them all. It's fine.
Oh. This is a quesadillas that she ordered because she's very hungry. As you can see, she's little, but she throws down. I just ordered.
I was not expecting
this. So, okay, I'm going to...
Yeah, we need some condiments. Can we pause for the condiments?
Yes. Let's get some condiments. So, going back to... so you were a dance teacher, but were you dancing before when you were little or no?
No, just gymnastics. Dancing in high school.
And gymnastics was your mother, your father, the one that got you in? Like,
no one, just me.
And who used to take you?
Probably more so my dad.
Your dad? So you did gymnastics, you did dancing. Then where did wrestling came in your life?
My husband, Savage Gentleman Victor Benjamin.
That's like later on in life, right?
Much later on.
How old were you when you discovered wrestling?
You're really gonna age me right now.
I always say I'm 38.
My grandfather was a wrestler, so I did grow up with it a little bit.
Wait, what? Who was your grandfather?
He went by Tony Marino, the Batman. 2 different people. He tagged with Bruno Sammartino at one point. Champion in NWA.
Wait, what? Whoa, that's so cool. So you used to go to the shows and stuff?
Some of them, but it was very like secretive back then. He like didn't really talk about it a lot. So yeah,
mostly because he was like
studio wrestling days.
Oh, okay, so super kayfabe.
Look
at her, she is. That's the whole thing about the taco log.
You want to see me being a fatty pants right now?
No, we want to hear about your grandfather.
So yeah, I didn't know a whole lot, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously I knew enough, and it was a part of my life. But my husband was a mixed martial artist, and he started training when we started dating, and then that was it. I guess I was 31-ish,
31?
and I started managing first. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Right?
I was 28 and I thought I was like over the heels and stuff.
I didn't start wrestling until I was 33. Come at me.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a life and a fitness business, and gave it all up for wrestling.
Okay. Let's take it by step by step. So, you were a gymnast, dancer. Like, what kind of fitness classes or like what business are you talking about that you had? Like, what did you used to do before you were Lady Frost?
Personal training, supplements, apparel. I did some group fitness stuff still. Mm-hmm. I loved group fitness. It was very fun. But yeah, I went full time into training. Did very well at it. And then went to making $20 on the indies in front of 30 people.
How was that? Like, when you were like, did you discover your new passion and like this was something you want to do? You used to make a ton of fucking money, and then all of a sudden it's like, by the way,
I kind of got ruined because my very first match was on live television for WWE. So in front of 13,000 people, had a live promo.
Oh,
yeah.
I think you posted it multiple times.
Yeah. So
how did you get that opportunity?
I mean, right place, right time, but Shane got booked as an extra, and then he just told me to fill out my stuff, and I was like, I'm not even a wrestler. I was a manager still. And then, yeah, they got me in the ring. Like,
but you were training. You were training to be a wrestler, no?
For like a month.
Andale.
Like, I didn't even know the international. Like, I didn't know anything.
The international is a spot that they teach like
beginners, very beginners.
I use it all the time. Everybody uses that all the time.
You should be able to do it internationally. Is the point? Why it's about that?
That's why it's called the international. Well, I feel like I'm in a karaoke place now.
Right,
we got a rapper as our
serenaded us in the Uber.
He rapped for me. He made a rap for me, and then we have a guy right here. He's like super into Alejandro Fernandez right now. That's like the funny thing of doing taco buts and restaurants because it's always so loud. You like Mexican music?
A little bit. More like club stuff. Like when I did tours in Mexico, it was like reggaeton and salsa. And
well, that's not Mexican music.
A little different.
So you like Bad Bunny?
Mm-hmm. Everyone does.
Well, ask that to my mom. I should probably tell you if she doesn't. My dad hates Bad Bunny. He hates it. So you had this fucking match. Your first time match ever. And then after that, what? Like, when you're like...
I had to finish training. And it was 3 months later that I had my first independent match.
You only trained for 3 months?
It was almost 6 total.
But you already having matches, though.
So I trained for like 3 months. But we trained like once a week. Barely.
Yeah.
So 3 months was like, I don't know, 5-6 times almost. I felt like, you know what I mean? It was nothing. And then debuted on WWE. And then 3 more months. It was March to June. Had my first indie. Then it was like to the grind.
I'm just like, have you told this story a lot of times?
A lot of people know it, I think.
I'm still like, I'm in shock. I'm like, fucking, like, 31, having a match in fucking WWE.
I was 33 at the time, I think. Yeah. I was a manager for a couple years. or like valet for a while until I, like
Yeah, I remember seeing you as a valet. In the Indies. But I never got to work at the same show because I didn't work in the Pittsburgh area or in that area.
yeah, you were south. It was fun. I loved it until like someone was like, "All right, see if you can roll around and take a bump," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can do this." Came very naturally to me.
So it was more. Would you like to be booked with your husband more than anything, or?
I did. That was fun. It was easy. We had natural chemistry.
Mm-hmm. And where? How do you meet your husband?
A fitness convention.
From everywhere.
So cliche.
Who asked who?
I don't remember meeting him. And he followed me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted this tattoo, and my tattoo guy was busy.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane did that on the side, actually. So I went to his house and got a tattoo. I want to say it was game over, but I made him wait.
I was gonna say
I did not want to go out.
I think he just got a tattoo. So you guys like held hands and look at each other's eyes.
No.
Like,
No. He was very professional until I left.
what do you mean?
He was like, "Did you feel that?" When I was in the car leaving, and I was like, "No. No, I didn't." Totally lied. Yep, and I wouldn't go out with him for like 3 months.
You wouldn't go out with him?
No. I was happy. I was single. I loved being single.
She said love. L-O-V-E-D. Past tense. Love. You guys have been married for how many years now?
6.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You guys met on a convention. What tattoo did you get? You can't show it, right?
Where is it? Rib, side boob.
Oh, that's why. Did you feel it?
That's why I said he was very professional.
Damn, bro. He touched that skin and said, "Oh,
He was like, "That's mine. I want
yeah, I want
that."
a piece of that." So what was the first date?
I don't know that we had a true first date because I ended up meeting him for concert tickets, and I didn't know that I was sitting next to his mom and sister. It was really weird. They were freaking crazy. Love you, Mom. And then when we decided that we were gonna go to dinner, it was a Brazilian steakhouse.
Uh-huh.
And as we walked in for a reservation, the fire alarm went off, and everyone had to evacuate the building. That was our first encounter. Very fitting, I feel like.
Well, you know, you were preparing yourself to live a life full of chaos.
Yes.
What better way than being moved and removed from the place that you guys were gonna have your first date? So
Literally.
you have that first date, and then
Well,
were
game
you?
over. We knew immediately.
Did he ask you, or you ask him?
Oh, we just knew. Like, once I gave in, I don't know. It's different when you date people for that many years. We just knew right away.
How long before you guys got married?
I mean, he was moving in within like months.
Oh
I know.
wow.
Crazy. And I was single for 5 years before this. So, like, I was like, "You're not staying at my house. You're not doing it." And then he was like moving in within, I don't know. Yeah. We were crazy.
Oh, I never seen. By the way, let me tell you something. I never seen someone who eats faster and more than I do. That's her. That is her. How are the?
Amazing. Do you want that one?
Well, I'll try it.
See, I'm kind. I'm sharing.
Well, you got kind of a handful of tacos and nachos. When you said
I told
nachos,
you.
I was like, holy shit! Like she is going down.
I wasn't playing.
No, she was not playing. Like she was like.
I work out hard. I eat a lot.
Well, I mean, you're pretty muscular. Like,
Gotta feed these mussies.
what's your favorite exercise?
It changes now. I used to love to lift. I still love to lift, but I've been doing more like machines I used to do functional, high intensity, crazy, bounce around.
Not anymore.
No.
We're getting old.
Yeah, my joints are like,
No.
no, bitch.
I feel the same way. It changed my workout completely. And I used to do all that shit when I first started wrestling. Nah,
Yeah,
I can't do that no more.
Not being on the road and bumping and all of that.
It's either I bump or I exercise.
Yeah, right.
I'm serious. Oh my god, this is good.
I know.
What the fuck? Oh wow. Wow. I'm like, I haven't had a birria taco that's good in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I know I have to ask you a question, but it's really good. That's so good. So let me tell you the story on how I ended up in this place. I was asleep because I wasn't feeling good, and she called me. She's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, no, what the fuck was calling me? I was like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to go eating," because she was so hungry. This place is good. Tacos El 24. Don't believe on the reviews. Actually, this is better than the review says. That's why they don't want to bring you here. It's only open 24 hours.
So she picks another place.
Oh my gosh.
That's close.
Yes.
And the Uber pulls up. It's like an abandoned plaza in the ghetto.
We
And
are in the fucking ghetto.
it's closed. It's not even open.
Oh,
like,
I boarded
up.
I wanted to cry. The good thing is that the Uber driver was
to cry.
the good thing is the Uber driver was pretty flexible, which remind me I gotta give him a $10 tip.
And tickets to the show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, by the way, he needs to get tickets for the show. Well, let me get back to you and your story. This stuff was fucking good. You meet him, you guys start dating, he moves in with you, and then how did he propose to you?
At a fitness convention.
Of course he did.
It was fitting.
In front of everyone, or like how was it?
It was at one of the booths, the company that we worked for at the first fitness convention. At that same booth at the Arnold, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you're not familiar, he runs a huge convention. Yeah, I had no idea it was happening. This is a very funny story because I saw our friend filming, but he was like real low with the camera.
Oh my god!
I dropped down in like a squat position. It did some weird like fondly thing. Very unattractive.
Who, him?
Me, I did it. I saw the camera. And I was just like, ah, and made this like weird face, and I turned around and he was down on one knee, and I was like, oh my god. It's all on camera, it's amazing.
You have it on, you made a video, you guys made a video, you share it on the socials, or no?
Yeah. It's on there. It's on there. I'll have to dig it out from the archives, but yeah.
You guys had a pretty cool wedding too, right? Who came up with the concept, you or him?
Mick Foley married us.
Wait, what? How did you ask him?
Just shot him a message because we had worked a couple shows on the Indies.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Where was the honeymoon at?
We went to Florida for a little, but we had to wrestle. So it wasn't like a true honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
I hate it. That's the business, brother.
I used to do it a lot. Take vacations where I wrestle.
Yeah. It doesn't count. If I'm packing my wrestling gear, it's not a fucking vacation, all right? But we did go to Hawaii.
Okay.
And we wrestled there. And we did vacation. But it was Hawaii, so like that was very...
Bitch, no, it's still... Man, this shit was good.
A little cilantro.
I was good.
All right, one plate down. I'll move on to my nachos. She really looked at me like I wasn't an atheist.
Oh, she was like, yeah. You sure you want nachos? And she was like, just give me my nachos. I didn't ask you. What is the one memory that you remember about your honeymoon? Something special.
It started pouring down rain, and we were in this little like complex of the house that we were staying at, and we went like into the clubhouse and just put a puzzle together. Right, like just the weirdest. Like you can't plan that. We were out at the pool, and like I love pools, so I just wanted to be out in the sun at the pool, and it was just pouring down rain. And of course you're miserable. We went in and we like put a fucking puzzle together. And it's weird because it requires like teamwork and like I don't know, it's something you just don't like ever say. I mean, maybe people do, but like you don't say, "Hey, let's put a puzzle together tonight, babe." Especially not on our romantic honeymoon.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, in hindsight, yeah, but I wasn't thinking about puzzles.
What do you guys? Do you consider yourself nerds? Intellectuals? In a way.
A little bit, not nerds. We don't play video games, no anime. He doesn't read any books or anything. I'm sure he would fall in the job category.
But he's very. You and him are very. Whatchamacallit, knowledgeable about fitness because you've been doing this for quite a while. Yes. Yeah. You guys have
we've lived a lot of lives for sure. Like we had crazy different jobs. I dealt Texas Hold'em poker. He worked at the jail. I'm a certified licensed esthetician, cosmetologist, permanent makeup. I still do a lot of these things. I like the hustle. I like money. So
yeah, she's super hardworking, like super hardworking. She never stops.
Mm-mm.
You know, such a surprise because she's always like into something. You guys just opened a gym, right?
Yep.
In Pittsburgh. How's that going?
Yep, in Wexford. It's good. It's a slow start, but it's cool. Like we walk in and we're like, holy shit, this is ours.
Yes.
Yeah. Wild. We're gonna be broke for a while. Again.
I mean,
it's what it is.
I don't think it could be worse than when you guys moved to. Because I remember you put that you guys were moving to Baltimore and then you sold the house, and I was just like, holy fuck, like that's the ultimate sacrifice for professional wrestling. And I want to ask you this question: how do you feel about? So I was having this conversation with one of my friends today, because you and I would come from like the same generation, like 10 years ago, right? How do you feel about like the new generation of men and women who think that they shouldn't sacrifice anything to become a superstar?
So we had 38 extras at our last Ring of Honor AEW tapings. 38 of them. And when I tell you, like, 2 of them fucking said hello. Now, I knew a group of them, but, like, we were taught to shake everyone's hand. Everybody. Introduce yourself. Yes. Say hello. Okay, COVID happens. You don't want to touch and shake hands. But, like, acknowledge someone. Nod your head. Say hello, I'm so-and-so. I love that you're going to drink that. I love it. This is fantastic.
Why?
We need more of these. It's good. I know.
I just need a little bit.
But yeah, I think it's very, very different now. It's very different. And everyone gets coddled. And everyone thinks they're entitled to things. And you have wrestlers that just fly themselves to shows to get on them. And promoters don't have to pay them, so they don't want to pay anyone else.
Okay.
Right? So, like, yeah, it's wild.
Has it made it difficult for you when you were in the indies with this new way of doing things?
Yeah. I wasn't getting booked. If I was, it was like crap money. So you had to pick and choose, like where your exposure money is and where your real money is.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I had to work multiple jobs to be able to pay to just be an indie wrestler, right? For gas, for anything. It was brutal from having a real life and business and a house and be able to pay all of your bills, and then you like just go for broke in the middle of your fucking life in your 30s. You know what I mean? It's very scary. Very, very scary.
So let's talk about in your journey to get to AEW, because now you've been working for AEW for about, I would say, a year, more or less.
Over a year and a half.
Oh wow. Oh wow. For over a year and a half. So how did this came about?
The biggest probably influence was Pat Buck.
Okay.
So he's one of our agents, producers. He owns WrestlePro, and I worked for them, and I was their champion for 412 days. The only reason I remember that, 412 Pittsburgh. But yeah, he just watched me work from the ground up. I worked their outside fair shows, right, to their bigger shows, became their champion, and I came to some Ring of Honor tapings in Orlando. And I had worked there before. for AEW in like 2020 or something. But he put the word in for me.
Okay.
And then I worked my way from, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, it's not out there, but like I worked for appearance for a year. And then they had to make a decision. And I'm still here.
And she is amazing. And I remember seeing you, and I'm just like, just when I was injured, and then I just came back, and I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, I wish they let us wrestle and they give us some time so she can really show what she can do. Because a lot of the times when we're wrestling, we're very limited on what we can do on TV, especially if they give us like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So our jobs is to like enhance the other talent. But I'm really happy that they give us a chance to have
We
it.
did get a little time, yeah.
Was it 8-9 minute match?
I think so. Yeah, we got a little time.
And I was like, yes, we can do some cool shit. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted her to do her shit. I didn't want to do anything.
It's very nice that the agents weren't about that.
I was like, no, let her
get all your shit in.
Do your stuff, because I really feel like people didn't know what murder gymnastics was. And I saw it in Mexico City because I went to see you in Mexico City and CMLL. This is before all the stuff happened with AEW. She was doing her stuff on her own, and she got a lot of opportunities on her own, and she was able to show a lot of her stuff in other places before she was able to show it on TV. Yeah. So let's talk about CMLL, and then we'll move to like what you've been doing now and what murder gymnastics is. All right. Deal. So CMLL.
CMLL came after I wanted to quit wrestling after Impact. Now TNA again.
I even forgot about that part.
Yeah, I was signed there.
And you were saying that for how long? Like a year and a half?
I don't even think I lasted 8 months on that contract.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was out with like an injury, and that wasn't very like public, and I was like really low. Yeah, just having a hard time, and I was like, they're not gonna let me out of this contract. Like, I'm just done. I'm retired. Like, I'm old. Like, and then they let me go, and CMLL called, and I was like, I told Shane like I was quitting. I was done, and I looked at him. I was like, well, I've always wanted to go to Mexico. So maybe I'll just retire after Mexico.
Okay, we'll always say that. One more time. Just one more run.
Right.
One more run.
I'm just going to go there. Yeah, and I went, and it was incredible. And I don't know if, there are chosen people in wrestling. I was not the chosen one. I think I was just like I don't know, we'll just like...
The extra American, let's see how she works.
Yeah. And we did like the smaller shows first. And they were like, oh. So one of the refs is the booker, and when you're in there with people, you know what you feel, right? As a ref, you can tell if someone's freaking out, if they're good, if they know their spots, if they can handle things. And I think that's how it happened. We worked a couple shows, and then got to the Grand Prix, and I was the last girl in that tournament. Me and their big champ at the time. And then they brought me down for another loop. Won that tournament. It was a tag tournament with Delise. Won the cup. Went back again last year. Did another tour. That's when AEW first started working with them, but they weren't like claiming me at the time, so they didn't say that I was AEW's own, and they still don't say it now, which is wild. But yeah, I had a blast down there. I think I gave up the concept of like what everyone wanted Lady Frost to be and the character and what it should be and how I get over. I was just like, fuck that, I'm wrestling. Just going to wrestle. And that's what worked, was wrestling. Go figure.
Did that help your self-esteem?
Yes. I didn't have to like sleep my way to the top. I didn't have to do any weird things. I just wrestled, and the fans appreciated it, and that's it. They booked me again. So
that's another thing that if you know her.
Sorry, am I speaking?
No. If you know her, it's just you're a person of values.
Yeah.
Very, very strong values. That's one thing I always remember about you. Is before I actually got to know you a little bit more, and it's like you never broken your values to get to where you want to get.
Yeah. I don't want to do it the wrong way. I want to sleep at night. Right? Like, I want to feel good about my life.
I was like, I sleep very well at night. I mean, But I get you, like, because that's one of the things that I stand for, especially some of the stuff that I teach the girls that I work with, and I have worked in for the last, I don't know, 8 years since I've been running shows, is that it's more satisfactory if you do it on your own terms. It takes longer, and like you said, there's a lot of like trial and error, and like a lot of the times you feel like
People are gonna call you a jobber forever.
we're not jobbers.
One bitch I make the same salary.
We are talent enhancement. We are just workers. That's what we do.
We go to work.
Yes. Yes. And
It's not a shoot fight, guys. It's not,
how's that? You want to be a jobber. Like, that just means like you need to train harder and maybe start doing
Do you know
another
how
sport.
hard it is to be really good for everyone else?
Wait, in what? In MMA or in
No.
when wrestling? Just in general.
It just if you're put in a task to work, the big girl, the brawler, the luchador, the character, you have to be so adaptable to be able to make anyone look good.
Oh, I know.
And even if they're not good,
Oh, I know.
because it's going to be your fault if you don't.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
People don't get that. They just don't understand.
I'm just gonna put it that way. If you see a person, and I'm not gonna say names, having not very good matches with a lot of people, and then you see her or me having matches with everyone, and we have decent matches with pretty much everyone. Here and there we have, hiccups. You have to wonder where the workers are. I'm just saying. But so yeah, so you get injured, you go to CMLL. After that, then you start working at AEW.
Yep.
And then how do you feel now that you are in a bigger platform and you're doing ROH? And yes, it's not,
I haven't done ROH in a long time. I was at the tapings. I did like 4 collisions out of 6 weeks recently.
Oh, I remember. You were like on TV like every week.
I do both. I'm part of the Ring of Honor roster as well. I don't feel like I'm showcased. I don't have a story going right. I don't get promo time, segments. I think it'll come. I hope it will come. I'm happy with the work that I have been doing because it's all that I've been allowed to do, and I do the best that I can with what I'm given every time I'm there. That's it. I show up to work. I do my job.
That's a great attitude to have, because we have to be that way. Sometimes we have to be adaptable, and it's just because when you get so like caught up on, that
winning,
you can, that you can do more, that just like you just have
to
to
have pouty pants every day. Okay, everyone wants more. No one's happy with their booking. Everyone wants all the things. Sometimes you just gotta show up to work, eat good catering, and suck it up, and then go get tacos
and beer when you can. But so now that you are on TV and everything, you mentioned murder gymnastics. Murder gymnastics. What is murder gymnastics? What do you mean by that?
So it took a while for me to transition from like a very fluid, smooth style of wrestling that was pretty lucha style, at least like fluent, but there was no aggression behind it.
Mm-hmm.
There was no fight behind it. And I had to learn to be aggressive, to get dirty, to try to kill people with the gymnastics, not to just do the flips, because I can't. So I incorporated a lot more grittiness. I don't want to say nastiness, but yeah, I want to be able to hurt people with those things. That's the point. It's not just flips. You see a lot of people doing tricks with no meaning behind them. And it just looks like, oh, there's another flip. There's another flip. No, there's a lot of fucking gymnasts out there.
Oh, hella.
When I've been doing this for how long? But we got 18-year-old gymnasts all over the place popping up.
Yes, we do.
Like, oh, that's cool. Okay, but can you fucking wrestle?
Can you wrestle?
I think I can wrestle. I think I've proven I can wrestle.
I'm just fucking with you.
I was like, bitch, you wrestled me. I know that you know I can wrestle.
I know you can.
We've had 2 matches. One match still goes down in history for some fans, which is incredible. The Tennessee match.
Oh my god.
We came out on fucking golf carts. We had never worked. We like barely talked. We were like, I don't know. We're just going to do some shit, right? And like I was probably 3 years in at the time.
I was
Right?
the NWA champion, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that was a long time ago. Like I was still great, but like you knew I could work because we just walked around. We worked the crowd.
Yeah.
We got out of the ring. We're going to the fans. You gave me a fucking stunner on the turf. Like it was amazing. We had fun. We enjoyed it. We made it look believable. We did our shit, but we
Oh, you're like,
entertained.
man, she was doing all her flips. I was like, how do I take this? You know,
But it was easy, and no one got hurt, and we thanked each other, and like we're like, that's how wrestling should fucking be. At least that's what I thought, right? Like,
I was so crazy, but back then, I just like I was having such a great time during that time. It was like during COVID time, dude.
it was right before that, I think.
No, it was
was
like
during-
during.
How'd they have a stadium show?
Hold on. No, because I was already like working the AEW.
You were just starting because I think you weren't allowed to have anything televised or something. I don't know. That's why there's like no footage out there, but like fan footage.
yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. You were going through it trying to get out of the NWA contract. So how many years ago was that? 4 years ago?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it was COVID time. So yeah, I was like 2 years in the business then. But that match forever sticks out in my mind and some fans' minds. And then we finally got to do it a little tasty in AEW.
No, but you like helped me so much because I needed that match to like get my confidence back because I had the match with Aminata and I had the match with Red, but I feel like I was still kind of like, you know, when people, you're just hear like the background noise and you're like doubting yourself. And I was, you know what? I want to have fun. I really want to challenge myself to make sure that people understand I'm here to really elevate somebody else because you deserve that, you know. And I know that, you know, it's always like, oh, well, you're the stars. It's not about me being the stars. It's me helping other people get that shine, you know?
You got to do lucha shit. But she made me base. She made me base. I was like, I got you. I don't care.
And I was able to base for you too. Again, that's
Yeah,
one of the things that people don't know. Like we both are really good. We actually pretty good bases.
Yeah.
But they don't. It's hard to work that style on American TV. But when you have two people that are willing to do and like again be adaptable,
yeah,
and give each other our time and our bodies, like that was a lot of fun. Hold on. I gotta cut it every 50 minutes. It's too big. So now you know what murder gymnastics is. Is there anything that you feel like you still have on your list of things that you want to do before you're retired?
Absolutely. I really haven't done shit.
Well,
in
the grand scheme of things, you have, because you've been in two big companies. You have wrestled a multitude of people that have different types of experience. You got married by fucking Mick Foley. Like, what the fuck?
That has nothing to do with the business, but yes. Of course, I think everyone wants to be a champion at some point.
Yeah.
I have over 2.5 years left on this contract that I'm hoping that my time comes at some point for something. Even if it's a nice run. I haven't unleashed half of my arsenal yet as far as movesets. But aside from that, I don't know. I do want to have fun and just enjoy it and not be like a miserable old hag about it. Right? Like, you want to work with fun people and get to a place where, again, yes, you can elevate young talent.
Yeah.
Even though I'm one of the newer talents right now. Excuse me. It's a lot of tacos.
A lot of nachos and everything. What is the one advice you will give to your younger self? And I know everything you know now. What would you say to yourself?
I made so many mistakes. I was so broken. My life sucked for a very long time. And I just had to go through it. There's no like skipping a struggle. You can't skip a struggle. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I could have done differently, like saving some more money.
We can all think about that. You know?
Yeah. Put some money away. Travel more, which those two things kind of like contradict each other. But find a way to make more money to travel. Invest. Diversify.
That's a great advice.
Yeah. Keep your body healthy, people. Recovery is important.
Okay, what do you do for recovery?
Massages, hot tubs, cryo, cupping, tissue work.
Jesus Christ.
Sleep is a huge one.
Yeah, you gotta sleep. The older that you get, the more sleep that you need. I'm serious.
True. I used to be like a superhero. Now I'm like, put me in a coffin, shut the lights off, don't talk to me.
We used to party until 7 a.m. Now we party until 12, and I'm like, guys, it's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, sleep's very important. I work out differently, but like, I don't know, eat good food, treat your body right. Try not to be under mental duress all the time, like added drama and shit. No.
That shit will kill you.
Literally.
And have a spouse that are supportive.
Yes.
And is driven just as much as driven as you are, right?
Yeah, and if you aren't happy, bye-bye. That's one promise we made to each other. Legitimately, we said if we don't want to do this anymore and it's not working, like we'll give it a good try, but like, no.
You mean wrestling or relationship?
Relationship.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, you give it everything, but like, you can't live a miserable life with someone. It's just not worth it because it will just make you a worse person, a worse version of yourself. You need someone that's going to bring out a better version of yourself and support you in whatever it is.
Yeah. And with that said, what are your socials so my followers can follow you? You have a Patreon, OnlyFans, or a platform that you utilize to make extra money?
Real Lady Frost everywhere, and I do have a fan page. There's no nudity, don't be creeps, but I do a lot of photo shoots, behind the scenes stuff, and that's Real Lady Frost as well.
Is it a OnlyFans?
Yeah.
OnlyFans, Patreon. Don't forget, this was Thunder Rosa and the Taco Vlog. This is I think we're gonna have one more. I'm doing a special taco vlog at the Arlington Eastport.
Ooh.
They're opening their kitchen. We're gonna create a new taco. I'm gonna invite a special guest. I don't know. I'm gonna
invite myself.
She's gonna invite herself and some other people so they can come and eat some tacos with us. This was the taco vlog. Thank you so much for joining us today. We ate nachos.
I'm still eating. Lifting.
Carne asada tacos here in Arlington, Texas. Thank you so much for watching. Also, don't forget to follow us. Tell your friends to follow, subscribe, hit the notification button, and yeah, dude, we need engagement.
Engage.
And just remember, just because somebody brings you to eat tacos, that doesn't mean that she is your best friend. So, thank you so much, and have an amazing day.